first of all, congratulations on the show. As like I said, I've binge watched a lot of it, and it's really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's talk about Percelle and Sorcha. The chemistry between you guys is so evident, and the show doesn't even start off as establishing you as lovers. You're already lovers. So can you talk about playing that dynamic of it? Like they're already getting into it, and they've got so many challenges ahead of them.
I mean, I think it was quite a journey to kind of get to that point. I know that from our initial kind of auditions that it was very much from production's perspective about finding two people who kind of balanced in that way. I mean, I think it did also help that we were both sort of in the same boat of coming into this crazy show with relatively little experience and kind of just trying to figure out a way through it. So I think it's when you have an ally in that way, I think it helps to kind of be going through the same experience.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a beauty in taking yourself back to your younger self and just that experience of what love does to us and the hysteria of running away together, you know, and just enjoying that, be present within that moment, and that's what the characters are going through. And as an actor, it was just nice just to play what that moment was and not to think about the consequences of what, you know, or any other sort of different layers or agendas or anything like that. It was just about what is this character going through and just feeling that emotion.
Sort of the purity of that.
Just the purity, yeah. There's such a, you have to really strip yourself back. That's what I felt going through the audition process as well, and just working on the floor. And it helps when, everyone, we just work so well together as well.
How would you describe your character? Would you say he's more of a villain?
No, I wouldn't say he's a villain. He's a doctor who's fascinated. I mean, he probably is unconventional in medical terms. You know, he's somebody who's got a bit of a colourful past, I suppose, with the medical sort of authorities and community, and he's sort of taken himself out on his own, and he's actually, you know, he's somebody I guess who just wants to get to the heart of what these medical conditions are without having to go through the sort of bureaucratic and political, you know, sort of barriers that seem to exist in the world that he'd perhaps been working in the UK. So, you know, he has a Norwegian history himself with his mother being Norwegian, and he's sort of taken himself off to a remote place, and he's found out about this condition that exists, this sort of genetic malfunction that has occurred in this sort of line of females, and so he's sort of fixated on this, and he obviously wants to make a name for himself because of it, you know, but he's genuinely interested in and trying to sort of solve it. And once he finds out about June, you know, June is an unusual case because she's the daughter of somebody who is also a shapeshifter, and usually it sort of skips a generation. So he's really interested in, you know, in getting his hands on her in as far as getting her into the lab and actually sort of trying to get to the bottom of what's going on for her, but also genuinely, I think, wanting to reunite her with her mother. So there's a sort of a duplicity going on, you know, that he has genuine interests in getting to the heart of this condition, but but you know, his ego's in there as well.
I think that's what's so great about the show, though, and sort of harks back to the title, is no one is completely innocent or completely guilty. That, you know, Hamilton is not completely an innocent or completely a villain. Neither are we completely innocent. So it's a real kind of very human spectrum.
And the show's about identity, really. It's about trying to discover who we are, and you know, the sort of condition that June has and the situation that they're in. It's extreme. It's quite extreme, you know. But I think for all of us in life, we're constantly trying to work out whether am I a good person, am I not a good person, am I a good person doing bad things, or vice versa.
Yeah. That make you question everything in life.
Yeah. And the script is so sort of beautifully realised. The psychology of all of the characters is so really, you know, well put together.
And lastly, we have time for one more question. If you could shapeshift into anyone in Hollywood, who would you pick?
Oh,
in Hollywood?
Yeah, in Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know, Meryl Streep, so that I could shapeshift into her and just figure out like how she does her thing, and then shapeshift back out again and like, have all that knowledge.
That's a good one.
Me? Okay. You know what? Funny enough, my hero is like Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean, like I love his films, man, and I think
I thought you were going to say Will Smith.
I was thinking it, but you know, I actually think, I'm going for Mr. Bean.
Go for Mr. Bean.
I'm going for Mr.
Bean would
Bean.
be so much fun.
I don't know, Gary Oldman.
Yes.
Oh man.
Thank you guys so much for chatting with us, and wishing you all the best again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure.